For a couple of years now, there's been a lot to desire if you are an Orlando Magic's fan. It's really been a dreadful 12 to 13 years. They've had a couple of good to great players, but nothing really special has happened. This season is a completely different story. Looking at recent performances from the Magic that have turned heads across the league this year, they have won 13 out of 18 games, including 9 in a row at the time of this production, particularly impressive victories against the Boston Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks, and Indiana Pacers. This success had them positioned second in the East, one win behind the star-studded Celtics. All of this without one of his key contributors, Wendell Carter Jr. They haven't looked this good since back when Dwight Howard led them to the finals close 15 years ago, and it really seems like they are just getting warmed up. Back in February of 2021, the Orlando Magic made a bold move, deciding it was time for a fresh start. After 6 years with the same core players, the departure of Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, and Nikola Vucevic marked a significant shift, and the Magic embraced a rebuild as the team was going nowhere, much to the frustration of the fan base. Not even 3 years have passed, and the Magic are already bearing fruits from this decision. They might have found a true franchise player in Paolo Banchero, an incredible second option in Franz Wagner, and a small army of productive guards in Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, and Anthony Black. They also have, of course, Wendell Carter Jr. and Mo Wagner on sweetheart contracts and a long-term project in Jet Howard waiting in the wings. Not to mention tradable assets in the form of Markelle Fultz and Gary Harris. Over the new management of Jamal Mosley, the Magic have certainly done very well for themselves over the past few years, replenishing what used to be an empty cupboard, doing so with productive players, and installing what we think is the root of their success, a defensive culture. Mosley should be a strong candidate to win Coach of the Year award this season if the Magic continues this trajectory. The Magic's defensive rating of late is second best in the entire NBA, and they sit comfortably at 8th in net rating, even without key contributor Cartel Jr. The Magic's defensive abilities have been a driving force behind their recent success. The team's defensive effectiveness is exemplified by the opponents averaging a staggering 84.5 shots per 100 possessions, the second lowest in the last 10 seasons, as only the Chicago Bulls in 2019 and 2020 held opponents to fewer shot attempts per 100 possessions. They excel in forcing turnovers, limiting second chance points, and disrupting opponents' offensive rhythm. Currently, they lead the league in forcing turnovers, opponents' second chance points are the second fewest, and a part of their defensive strategy forces opponents into taking shots with fewer seconds on the shot clock. Now, they do still need to figure out exactly what they want to do with the crop of guards they currently have. While they have players with different skill sets, they don't have that one guard who can do it all. Even though it's not the norm, this might be part of the reason for their success in offense. Offensively, the Magic's success is attributed to their emphasis on scoring in the paint and strategic shot selection. During their recent 9-game winning streak, they averaged 58.3 points in the paint, showcasing their dominance close to the basket. This is the third most in this span. More specific than that, Orlando is averaging the second most shots within 5 feet of the basket. The team's ability to limit mid-range shots and focus on high percentage attempts such as layups, free throws, and open threes has contributed to their offensive efficiency. The Magic are doing each of those things at a very high level. For the season, Orlando ranks number 1 in free throw attempts, number 2 in shot attempts within 3 feet of the hoop, and number 12 in three-point attempts off spray outs from the paint. But arguably, even more significant is the low number of shots they are taking from the mid-range. Over their last 9 games, Orlando is averaging a league-low 3.7 shot attempts between 10 and 14 feet from the basket. The bench play is another highlight of the Magic's success, with Mo Wagner and Cole Anthony emerging as strong candidates in the 6th Man of the Year race. The Magic's reserves are second only to the Pacers in points, and their collective rebounding is 3rd best among all second units. A great contributor to all this is the culture shift instilled by head coach Jamal Mosley, who's even implemented a bell-ringing system to celebrate hustle plays in practice. This culture has translated into tangible results as the Magic ranks high in charges taken, deflections, and defensive loose balls recovered. Orlando has a history of having many notable NBA stars as Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, Dwight Howard, Rashard Lewis, Hero DiCarlo, and Nikola Vucevic have played for the club throughout its history, and now a new generation has arrived, with Paolo Banchero leading the pack. Banchero was the first overall pick in the 2022 draft and has been nothing short of sensational. His debut season was nothing short of outstanding, and it saw him being named the NBA Rookie of the Year. This season, Banchero continues to impress, averaging 20 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, while shooting an effective field goal percentage of 52%. He recently put up a season-high 30 points in a game-winning layup against the Utah Jazz on the 2nd of November 2023. His remarkable performances include a 25-point, 10-assist double-double against the Los Angeles Lakers and a game-winner against the Chicago Bulls. This is a player with a very high ceiling, and we are looking forward to what the future for him looks like. Right next to him is Franz Wagner. This is probably one of the most underrated players in the league right now. Right off the bat, his rookie year, Wagner came in the league and averaged 15 points, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds with a field goal percentage of 47% and a 35% from beyond the arc. Franz has become one of the most consistent players on the Magic roster. He's a very efficient player on both sides of the court. Beginning his 3rd year on the league, he's taken a leap, scoring over 20 points per game, shooting almost 55% from the field and 47% from beyond the arc, with an actual shooting percentage of 67%. This duo are a 2-forward combo like we've seldom seen in the league before. Aside from Wagner and Banchero, you have Cole Anthony, who has also been a driving force behind the Magic's 9-game winning streak, showing his resilience and scoring talents. In their win against the Charlotte Hornets, Anthony recorded a season-high 30 points, contributing significantly to the Magic's success. Head coach Jamal Mosley lauded Anthony's resilience and his ability to lead the team. The Magic's success is not confined to individual performances. It's a collective effort from a young and talented roster. Moritz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black, and Wendell Carter Jr., when he comes back, add depth and versatility to the team, resulting in a well-rounded performance on both ends of the court. Throughout an 82-game NBA season, top contenders often display prolonged periods of brilliance with occasional rough patches. Take the 2021-2022 season, for instance. The Golden State Warriors, eventual champs, blazed in hot, winning 18 of their first 21 games. Then around 3 quarters in, they hit a slump, dropping 14 out of 20. But they rallied, closing the season strong with a 5-game winning streak. They powered through the Western Conference playoffs, clinching a victory against the Boston Celtics in the finals. Interestingly, the Celtics emerged as the best defensive team in the league midway through the year after a relatively lukewarm start. In the 2022-2023 season, the Denver Nuggets didn't match the Warriors' consistency, but still nailed a 53-29 record in the regular season. At home, they were on fire with a 34-7 record, but struggled more on the road, going 19-22. Overall, including playoffs, they notched a commendable 69-33 score. For budding teams like the Orlando Magic, growth matters most. It's not about how they start, but how they finish. That final push defines their trajectory more than anything else. Looking at the broader picture, the Magic's journey over the past year is symbolic of a team that embraced a rebuild, invested in young talent, and created a culture of hard work and resilience. The team's trajectory is reminiscent of championship contenders, with stretches of excellence punctuating their journey. While their hot start might not be sustainable at a 71% winning rate, the Magic's potential is undeniable. Only time will tell if the Magic will finally get their hands on the NBA championship, as it eluded them throughout their history, losing 2 finals in 1995 and in 2009. One thing's for sure, this is one promising young squad they have built.